Hello. British Ace Vintage Paperbacks. Hi, I'm Gary Lovisi, and this time we're going to take a look at some kind of uncommon books. We all know about the Ace paperbacks in the United States, Ace books and Ace doubles. What a lot of people don't know is that in England you had an Ace book paperback series that ran for quite a lot of books. From around 1955 to 1962 or so, and they published some really great stuff. They were published by Harborough Publishing Company Limited from London. Harborough had their beginnings in the Mushroom Publisher days of the late 40s, early 50s, where they published a lot of gangster books and westerns and all kinds of science fiction in digest size. And then they changed, became Ace Books, and they published books in the more traditional paperback format that we know. And they published a lot of good stuff, a lot of good crime, some juvenile delinquent titles, and just a lot of good books. They all had a H prefix in the numbers, 3-digit numbers with the H prefix. Almost all of them had black spines, except you'll see one here which has a red spine. I don't know why, but that's the way it goes on these. Almost all of them are black spines. And they published a few hundred books. I'm not sure how many, but probably a few hundred. And they started around 1955 or so, somewhere around that area. But they published great books, and we're going to take a look at them now. I'm going to just move these over and just start putting them down. You can take a look. Just get my glasses on so I can see. It's a cool series of books. First one is Bachelor's Anonymous by Vivian Connell, and that's H159 from 1957. Classic Mildred Pierce by James M. Cain, H233. And one of the JD titles, H317, Let Me Alone by Donald Wyndham, a tough teenager in search of manhood. Another James M. Cain, number H209, The Moth. These have some really nice cover art on them, and when they're in really beautiful condition, they're just lovely books. And they're not all that common. Number I can't read this. It's H173. It's Love in the South Seas by Ben Danielson, and this has a beautiful Hawaiian girl cover photo. Number H294, A Gallery of Women by Bernard Glemser. Number H252, City of Spades by Colin McInnes. Struggles to escape the violence and mean streets of an English city. Kind of a J.D. Noir book. Really, really effective cover on this one. I don't know who did the cover art, but some of the covers are really, really terrific. H215 is Focus by Arthur Miller. Really effective cover there. Number H216 is The Fugitive by Jean Haugrand, and this is a novel that takes place in French Indochina, which was in those days would become Vietnam and before the Vietnam War. H197 is Police Headquarters, War Against Crime, Killers on the Run by Quentin Reynolds. And includes just about every type of police work. Professional killers, dope peddlers, pickpockets, burglars, con men, smugglers play out their dramas in its pages. Police Headquarters. Another very cool juvenile delinquent book, H255, Journey into a Fog by Margarita Berger Hammerschlag. Great teenage juvenile delinquent book. Number H122 is Interpol by A.J. Forrest. Close-up of the organization that links 50 nations in a network against the criminal. And this is a Vernon cover. Some of the covers are signed. And some of them, I imagine, is another Vernon cover. So I imagine Vernon did quite a few covers for this series. Number H293 is Calling Mr. Callahan by Peter Cheney. I believe that's a Vernon cover. And we had Let Me Alone. Yeah. So I found two of these. Same number. Okay. So I found two of those. The next one is H313, The Rage of the Vulture, Alan Moorhead. And it's a story set in India, the British in India. Number H322 is House of Lies by Francois Mallet Joris. A lot of these books took place in, the stories took place in France or Italy. A lot of them were novels that had to do with post-war situations, men and women, and the struggles and hardships, poverty that came about after World War II. And they were written by Italians and Frenchmen and other Europeans about their nations. Number H243 is Fantomara by Ignazio Saloni, and that's set in Italy. Number H172, The Rough and the Smooth, A Young Man's Affair with a Beautiful and Plausible Wanton by Robin Malm. I believe that he was the brother or some relative to Somerset Maugham. Number H244, The Blaze of Noon. Not since Lady Chatterley's Lover, no novel has been published in this country so boldly challenging, by Rainer Happenstall. Number H396 is The Trials of Oscar Wilde by John Furnell. The death and disgrace of a genius who outraged society, or so it says. Another classic British ace book that was actually reprinted as a, I believe it was a American ace book. This is H262, The Beat Boys by John Cleon Holmes. America's Teenage Jungle and a searing story of youth in search of kicks. Nice JD book there. And the last one on this stack is number H431, Strike Heaven on the Face by Charles Calatry, a sensational novel of high school teenagers involved in a secret love club. So there you have a group of British ace books, which are kind of uncommon. You don't see these around that often, especially not so many. And what we're going to do is this video is part 1 of 2. We're going to do these today, and then the next video will have the rest of the books. I don't have all of them. I'm missing lots and lots, and I'm not listing them out in order. But just to give you a taste of this interesting and pretty cool series. Number H336 is My Name is Celia by Rain Kruger. Number H186 is The Postman by Roger Martin Dugard. Intimate Secrets of a Small French Town. Again, there's a lot of French, European, and German, Italian stories in these books, but also American. One of the classics is The Street. This is number H167 by Ann Petrie. Woman struggles to escape the evil and violence of Harlem. It's a classic novel. Great book. Number H454 is The Shook-Up Generation by Harrison Salisbury. Teenage terror in slum and suburb, a shocking expose of juvenile delinquency. Number H341 is The Trial of Bebe Donje by Georges Simenon, a masterly study of a predatory woman. That's a bad girl cover. Number H291 is The Hideout by Nicholas Fersen, final ghastly destruction of a group of deserters who waged a war of their own in devastated Italy. This is one of the, I think the only, so far, war book that took place during World War II that we've seen, although many of them have stories that take place post-war and in Europe. Quite a nice series of books, interesting cover art, and not that common to see a lot of these. Number H246 is A Ghost at Noon, and that's by Alberto Moravia. Another one set in Italy, I believe. He wrote The Woman of Rome, which was a signet book with a devastatingly great Jim Avati cover. Another Alberto Moravia book, number H300, is The Conformist, and this is from 1960. Number H225, The Fascinator by Theodora Keogh. The harsh impact of a sculptor's desire for a captivating young married woman. Really, really beautiful cover art on this one. I really like the cover art on these. They're really nice. H368 is It's Only Temporary by Charles Mergendahl. A paper-place story of life and love in an American small town. So a lot of these books, you have some crime books. I haven't seen any Western or science fiction yet, but you have some crime, and then you have some JD books, which are kind of on the borderline of crime, juvenile delinquent. And then you have some kind of noir-ish books. I haven't seen any Westerns. I saw one book set during World War II. But a lot of novels, a lot of nice novels that offer some different kind of stories. Number H295 is Moria by Julian Green, Sex and Morality in a Small Town American University. So there's stuff going on in college. Number 146, without the H prefix, probably quite an earlier one, is Satchmo, My Life in New Orleans, Colorful Vice-Ridden Days of New Orleans by Satchmo by Louis Armstrong, his own book. And back cover shows a picture of New Orleans in those days. Louis Armstrong was a great musician, but also when he was young, he was kind of a wild guy. Number H217 is Asphalt and Desire by Frederick Morton, and study of adolescence in the big city. Number H385, this is from about 1960, Dillinger by Saul Cooper. the most notorious criminal America has ever known. Number H301, Nobody Dies in Paris, by Jerry Wheel. American ex-GIs in Paris on a riotous, pleasure-haunted search for love and experience. Nobody Dies in Paris. Number H281 is Scottsboro Boy by Haywood Patterson and Earl Conrad, unique in-prison literature, the frank, brutal story of life in an Alabama prison. Scottsboro Boy. It's a racial novel of racism in the South in, I guess, the 30s, 40s. Then we're going back to traditional mystery, H207, Fast Work by Peter Chaney, crime novel. H143, The Gallery by John Horn Burns, violent passions walked at night in Naples' infamous arcade. Again, it's a war or post-war. You have a soldier here in Naples, which was a wild city.
That's your red spine.
Oh, and this is the one with the red spine. So this is the gallery with the red spine. This is the only one that I've seen so far with the red spine. They all have black spines. And the thing is that with the black spines, they really look nice when they're in nice condition. But the black really does, on the spine, really does flakes off when you open the book and when the spine with the spine wear. But when they're in nice condition, you really see. Here you can see a lot of damage on this one, but the Satchmo is a lot nicer. But this is the gallery is the only one that I've seen so far that has a red spine, and we may in the next batch of books see some that do have that. So we'll note those out. Number H222, Tomorrow Will Be Better by Betty Smith. The Fears and Bitter Sorrows of Tenement Life in New York. Number H278, The Grand Seduction by Marcel Aimé, a cynical, sophisticated story of a middle-aged French husband who became transformed into a handsome young man. All of these books say they're recommended by the Book Society. Almost all of them have that recommendation, or many of them do. That's the British Book Society, I imagine. Number H181 is Affair in Capri by Mario Soldati, Two Pagan Spirits in Two Puritan Bodies. That might be interesting. Very, very conflicting. And the last one we're going to look at right now is H258, A Walk on the Wild Side by Nelson Algren. So there you have a selection of British Ace books. They use the Ace logo from the trading cards, which the American Ace books didn't use. So they use that Ace logo, and they're not affiliated in any way with American Ace books, but they published some really nice books. There's some good stuff coming up, some crime, more Peter Chaney, more J.D., some Chester Himes books and other things. So I hope you enjoyed this look at a series that's kind of, I guess, maybe fallen between the cracks and for a lot of collectors. Some of the books are hard to find. A lot of them are, they're really beautiful when they're in nice condition, but like all vintage paperbacks. But somehow they wear the spines on them with the black spines look so beautiful when they're pristine, but then when they get worn and flaky and creased and stuff, they are not such nice looking. But the cover art is really good, and there's some really good books in this series. So we're going to take a look next episode at part 2 of this, which will finish up my group of British Ace books. I hope you enjoyed this look at this kind of a unique series, some different things that maybe you've never seen before. And if you did, give it a thumbs up and a like. And thanks for looking, and thanks for all your support of my channel over, we've just been doing this videos over a year, And it's been fun doing them, and I hope to do many more, and I hope you enjoy them. And I want to thank you all for your support, for your comments, and if there's any questions or anything that you'd like to ask or any suggestions, feel free in the comments section. And thanks for looking again, and I'll see you next time.